ladder situations, you have good combo, good air things, but the movements of a Diddy Kong can be some struggle because you need to catch the little guy, and the bananas once again can be some problems. So let's see what we have in the kitchen from the two, for example. For now, just a little opening here from Rivers, and CrimsonAbe just trying to get inside, but he's respecting a lot of the guy because he doesn't try that much to get inside.
Yeah, trying to break through Diddy Kong zone is a little bit tricky,
of course,
to say the least. I mean, the added movement, as you were mentioning, the banana as well is so strong. But when you're able to find your openings as Mario, or at very least establish like a mid to close range, your frame data is just so hard to deal with, especially if you're able to catch banana with one of these many aerials you're going to go with. Or just start up with one of these combos. Getting hit by falling up air in center stage.
Just the catch air, the catching in the air. We have then a little bit tornado just to finish the show, and finally we have a situation where it's quite even. The little cape just to delay. We have a banana trying here to get some hits, but nothing. And now just getting the center stage because we know that in these matters of percentages, you need to be as far as the blast zones that you can.
Oh, just gotten that forward smash rip, trying to see if he could catch the air dodge from Crimson, but no dice right here, and he gave up the roll, but Crimson didn't pull the trigger on the up smash. That's so tragic there. That's a stock and a half, and instead you're the one down this first stock, just because it didn't seem like he was ready to react to that roll. Sometimes that happens with a lot of players. They try and stand at roll distance in order to dissuade players from going for it, but they're actually looking to react to something like a jump or a neutral getup, and thus aren't ready for what they're positioning for.
Yeah, you're so ready for something that when it happens, you lose everything that was prepared for it. You know, you're just losing your shit because you are so confident about it. So yeah, we have some flips. Once again, that's so hard to get on the Rivers because he's using all of these movements because we know that Mario has such a small range that is so hard for him to get maybe some skirmishes that he can rely on. So the side B here, really good. Once again, without some juggles, he is on the horizontal and vertical side where we have CrimsonAbe just trying to get the vertical here, and that's quite difficult. We have Rivers on some good flow here.
He's just moving, and when you have a lead like this against Mario, like suddenly you no longer have to interact with stuff like landing back air and think like, how can I punish this? Like, what kind of timings can I find? Like, no, you just get to choose to disengage, and that's the correct option.
Oh my god.
So you know what I'm saying about disengaging there, Rivers?
Yeah. Okay, so that's the second anti-air because he break the movement of his opponents before with the up air before belay. Like here, the call-out was like super good because it wasn't a kick, so there was not 8 boxes, so really great here. The forward on the little, okay, so you try to make the little appearance with the cape and the banana here, but we'll just be on the sinking blast zone. CrimsonAbe has a full stock to get here to get the situation on even. And for now, Rivers is doing an amazing job on 46% and no leather combos from the Mario. Some of the strengths of the character doesn't add up here.
Yeah, granted, you had the combo at 0, so now is when you can really start getting these up airs and even getting a follow-up on some of these landings, but no dice in terms of able to close out the stock quite yet. Maybe this is the opportunity. CrimsonAbe again trying to read an air dodge, but Rivers jumping out of hit stun once more, just trying to stay away from all of these up airs, but this damage is all good damage here. 72, like, it's tough, right, because you're now behind the 8 ball against Rivers on ledge and no jump.
No jump. Yeah. No jump. Once again, guys, the second jump is one of the best options you need to preserve as much as you can. And unfortunately, that will be, for the second time, the closing situation, the ceiling of the stocks for our CrimsonAbe. Rivers, for now, is like completely drowning his opponent with his movements, and he was using PS2, the platforms, and his disadvantage so well just to reset, because he knows the advantage state from a Mario is not something you can underestimate, and was just trying to find situations where at minimum he knows he can just be safe, and maybe that makes a big difference on the match.
Very much could be here, Dex. We're seeing him run back to the same old stage, looking for these same old follow-ups as Rivers finding a big dash attack, and the second one whiffing though. I almost want to see CrimsonAbe like commit a little bit harder to some of these follow-ups. I know that some of the combos he would be looking for aren't exactly true, but it's worth it given how Rivers has been jumping out of disadvantage a whole lot. And you need to start conditioning air dodge if you want to look for some of the things that Crimson has really, really been hunting.
Yeah, you need to be so sure that on what are the defensive options of the guy. You know, when you have a starting combo on low percentages, and you know the guy is trying maybe to get you on the defensive position, you shield and you can find a grab. That's where Mario can be so great because he can have so good options against it. Good up smash here. Unfortunately, they did the eye and will not get the kill. I thought Mario was a good killer. Maybe I was mistaken here, trying to get the drop on the banana just to catch the guy. But for now, the two are on a really tight because there are two on kill percentages. Maybe the down air, no, nothing here. The Mario and the the monkey are trying to finally get the stocks here, but that's much of a respect from CrimsonAbe for the options of his opponent, unless there's an up tilt.
It's crazy. Both of them were at such high percentages, and yet, like, they weren't even close to closing out each other until that up till at 180 almost. Like, you know, sometimes it just comes into a matchup like that, this war of attrition that, honestly, if you're Rivers, you'll take that every single stock if you can. Like, I do not mind going until 180 and closing out the stock first, dominating neutral, sitting at 134 and just waiting to see if he can find ways to control, can set up himself back in center. Not going to try and force things up until the timing was in his favor and that monkey flip kick absolutely do so.
Oh god. And finally, and once again, he doesn't find his kill. And you know when you're on the verge of killing someone and you're trying so hard just to find just something, because you have a lot of options that can kill here with Mario, but unfortunately, you can get the guy because Rivers on the defensive side, just getting his movements, getting his defensive, oh, the catch air, and that will be the kill because if you don't mash enough, the guy can just be on the downside and just getting sinking here. Rivers is doing a really good job. The backer, of course, with 166 making difference, but you have once again a full stock to get there. How can CrimsonAbe do the job?
It kind of just comes down to one of these Mario combos, but you're not getting the chance, right? Like, just nothing. Like, your win condition became like landing a couple of specific aerials in specific positionings, and Rivers said, "Get off the stage. There is no positioning for you. You're
That's
dead."
one big angry monkey.
He's very, very agitated, not looking to let this game continue any further, and Rivers vibing into top 32, where he will play, looking like he's going to be playing against Noodle, so it'll be Diddy against Donkey in top 32.
Oh, nice. We have some lore here. I was not enough on the movie. I'm mad now. So yeah, Rivers, like, that was really impressive. Yeah, he's really, really back. No broken arms here, just broken gunplay. Getting the guy at 37% just in a situation where he knows he had full potential, just the punishing, and you know that when you catch the jump of Mario, the guy is a wet noodle, and you can punish him so hard. That was really great. This punish was nasty.
So nice.
Yeah, that was really nasty. That's one of the best moves. In French, the name is, the name is prise de tête, which means you take the head of the guy and you are just bothering him. And that was exactly what he was trying to do here.
Yeah, he bothered him, gave him some scratches and hopped off, or you can just dome him with both fists.
Think, man, think!
Both, oh yeah, quite literally, right? Like, there's just so you have to do a whole lot of thinking in order to get out of that position, and Rivers showing just how good, and almost like a different style from how Hayes was, where Hayes was much oriented around like monkey flip movement in order to set up for different scrambles, and then consistent edge guards with stuff like the angel drop banana. Meanwhile, granted, a little bit of a different character and a lot more options, a lot different options that work in the comparison between like Mario versus Corrin, but still Rivers just had so much more like off-stage willingness to go for different edge guards and different flexibilities and different openings that lead to different follow-ups and two different styles, two very strong results, both making it into top 32.
Yeah, that was quite a bit of that was a bit complicated because he was moving too well. He had a big stage just to be so sure that the game was just trying to hit, trying to run, trying to catch the guy, trying to find his advantage positioning. And we saw that on the first game, like he was trying to just have him on